Asida nka Yehowa Nyankopɔn di da. Enadom ene ni mobrohu entina yeda so te aseye. Enadom ene ni mobrohu ena ogusu ka asafo yi ho. Ede abeduru mpempenso ya impone dai watimi ahihye dwumadi a ti sei. Se yemfa yefrunto yemmɔ mpaye yentutu yehofo ida mpanifo asise ode afutuo ahye mensa na hwɛ asɔre no nhyehyɛ no mu no a de ode ma mesɛ menkasa ho ne sɛ redeeming the time because the days are evil. Ephesians 5:16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Se wohwe enne dwumadie ni nyina nso etira wode to so no a our friends the topic our share dwumadie no so was say we then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak and not to please ourselves. We so offer free Romans 15 verse 1. Enti me share mafutu samno and I'm say ene na saa niema mienu yi ebeye adwuma bom amana tumi ayeye esan se mekinkan efficiency ho ena mekokinkan Romans enso ehonom na yense mrekra no mepese nyina be fa ye twro no ne de akọ Roman fongoma itira eye edunum Roman fongoma itira eye edunum nchichemu baako brofo no say we who are strong ought to bear with the failings of the weak and not to please ourselves. Verse 2, no, they can say, each of us should please our neighbor for their good, to build them up. Sir, unyamre na ukofia obetimi akfa akinkana free. Romans chapter 14. No. Christosumma shasiye na Judaism for and as a Judah for na no mufa ekura Judaism no ebi abedane a Christopher. Into what the onim de efri the onim dadan mo e de aba Christosum mu. Ena pagans and I say ama mufu nso ebi mo abedane a Christopher. Ti se enemu Christosum a ewo wiase sese amena okasai. Mi ke woman me pokwa Mary woman me fish ya say scales one who say scales in who Mary de mitini mema all the man nko na kwanda from nko dia free to go obi so ntenchen a osusu say enye no worry ambo ane hunti ade no worry enamo ane hunti esan se ne ntiase a ewo bibi mu no eno an ode abewura Kristo som sa na etie wo sabre no enti na ebinum susu se enema we nyade a ehu hia chese we mu krade no mposo mu kire enti ai se wona wonim se onye mfumso no obu wona sebe wo madwunum ye mra wo munya nsua enkoduru ba bi a waduru no se we mu de ena pause da bi what is a tension aba ho no na pause dabi die wo mu ni Mu a mo ho odin, mu a munim no kware no, munim se saa niema we enya mfonso ana mfonso se mewi pork no se menwe pork no enya mfonso is up to me. Na mom se menya na me bo ho so mpa ya me na me de kro no. Enya niema we na wo se mo beye na mo be abema Kristosom no abe basa. Enya we mu na mo beye na afa uni unu antem abe basa. Esan se ye nyina ahia wo hai no. Eye kro ye mu ene enidaso ba akum ne wo. Na mom de me ka kire mo ne se mu a mu de munim se enya hwe se mo beye de mo ye no. Mu wo ho kwan de nanso so mo modin se wona oye mre no mu be so wo mu e wo mu sinto kwan so. Enti baby Paul ka se aduane die nti wo batu ni nua sintidu a obeden onidi. So those who are strong, that is with full liberty regarding things that are morally indifferent, not really good, rather poor or bad, showing no partiality, bias or preference, neutral. They are not to please themselves by selfishly asserting their rights. Wo ho kwa senka wo ye de wo so ye biara a wonim se bibia mra bia nkyekere wo ammu obam anya ohwe nanso si e behwere okra ba ko a wo ye mra wonte anase wonru bia na wo waduru no nti ase na wo nya no onyanya ye nti no ebeya wo liberty na wo no wo fa hodie na wanya no twentwen so na fa boa wo nua na wo ye mre no kopem se ono obeye den ebeduru sampempen so kro. So rather they should treat their weak brothers with kindness and consideration, making full allowance for their excessive scruples, that is a feeling of hesitancy, doubt and or uneasiness. Enti die mano nye anaso onye nyanti ase wo so onya enye de wo so oye no wo de watwamu ho wo sanim de no na mom twentwen so ansa. Verse 2 was he 52. Each of us should please our neighbors for their good, to build them up. Nia wuja ni nyina ne se eye wonwe na anhwe yi a obefa ho no wahwe ase. Anhwe yi a obefa wo liberty no ho no obehwe ase. Anhwe yi a obefa ho na afei na adwen ne kesene no hu ne ba binti no. Ebe ya wo mom no please wonua no. Esan se wo wonte ase wo nimde wo kwani mu chen wonua na wo ye mre no. Enti wo de bomodin na fa liberty no to nchen na eden na please no. Here the principle is this: don't live to please self. Live to please your neighbor, to do him good, to build him up. This is the Christian approach. Asidanga nyamidinda. And transema ho. Anya wonkwa me is not all about you. Inti ya wotu ya fuse mi enye pesami nkuminya anase mi entransema yenkwan ye ho na mom transema wo neighbor transema obi foforo enti ase anipa ni nti no brand level na ne kakaka na fa den fa pagya no to build him up. Esa say so susu say o so onu nyina nya enti ase kro wade ba komu a ebedu baby no afa ebe sinti dia ma unua na wo emre no enti ne yahwere no. Na se ye bia ye tro no ko efisofo ngoma etira eye enum no ni chichemu dunsia no na omo fa medisua no nanso mekofa adisua no efiri akire kakra. Ephesians chapter 5. You're making come from verse 8. But what's your answer? For you were once darkness. You will be a otisumu, and you will be a oye sum. Say, Kania any damuha. Nami frabontin, Nami berua demha, mi berua sumu. And yes, me a mebano, and a me sum. Pachominti akinkani ye. Kani ani demo ha. Mi frabonten neba. Mi ba abewura esumu. Eno no. But akinkan sem no, send you also describe Ephesofoɔ no. Paul was say, for you were once darkness. Ona ankasa nipa na no ogu Efeso ho no a wo ma bedane a Christopher no na omu yesum. That is the description. And I say, but now you are light in the Lord. Now say the one kasa no mu yesum. But now you are light in the Lord. And for that reason, you should live as children of light. Now, through the union with the Lord, they have become light. Those Ephesians were once darkness, but now they are light in the Lord. He is light. They are in him. So now they are light in the Lord. Omu abba awradimu. Ebra no mu ni awradimu no. No mu yesu. Yan yaba awradimu. Eni ti yebetumi akase ebra ni ani awradimu no. Na yesu. Enti yaba awradimu no. Yabeda ni de an. Hein. Now the Okato son said, therefore, also, or say, live as children of light. It's not some about ready mu, no more bear hainu, ni hainu be atoyen sunintino. We should live as children of light. As it can be in the estate should henceforth correspond with their standing. They should walk as children of light. Almost state to be a say omu womu no. E was say any onabra bosu eye pepepe. No omo sum no de anase no omo yesum no. Ebra na yesum no de. Esum no enana ebe de akazo bi esum. Esum nyuma no ana na eguso ana eye. Anything you attempt to describe it and say yen yesum. Na so ye ba awradi mu no. Awradi han no a abeto yen so no. Ama yen so abe ye han. Enti wo se ye nante se ema omo ye den, omo ye han. Enunti abasuo bi ewo hanyo no emu. So can verse 9 now say, for the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. For the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. And what you say, we should walk or live as children of light and find out what pleases our Lord. Types of fruit produced by those who walk in the light. They consist of all goodness, all forms of goodness. All forms. Doso into ontimi nyeden ontimi modi mako ne mo bibi biara e papa no e na wo se wo ye den wodi akire ebra wo di eniema eye papa na akire no na kire se wo nante se den han no ba trene ye ene no kwadie goodness means inclusive term for all moral excellence. Adebi ehu ti netwa. Adebi anipa ya obi ehu say oh. Morally, there's nothing wrong. Bibi enu ebu for. Righteousness means integrity in all dealings with God and men. Si eni nipa na enya o, si eni onyankopon mu o, bibi bia ye no wotrene kwanso. And then truth. Truth is honesty, equity, and reality. Sanima we nyina se uka ebomua. You say put them all together and you have the light of a Christ-filled life. So ukika trini ye bom. Ukika enipa ye bom. Ukika nokwadie di bom. Sanye man yehu omu a etimi mpo ka kire se Kristo no eden oni. Esan se Kristo mu anase ade eda so ema ebehu se uyo Kristo ni no na ada di pepepe ewo mu. Enti han no ehran ewo mu. Those who walk in the light not only produce the type of fruit listed above, but also find out what is acceptable to the Lord. Sene kin kan no. Verse 10 no. So nante han no mu a wuhu ne eso awurade ani ne wadi so no waye den wayo. They put every thought, word, and action to the test. Enti bibi biara sa onipa we obeye no. Say kasamu, say adwunumu, say niye mu no. Obusan hu bibi se nso nka awurade be preso ana. Nso nka awurade oba approve ana. Nso nka awurade ebeso nani ana. Ebra wo ye we no anase ye we no na chese ye de eso awurade ani. In the time biano, the question that person asks is, what does the Lord think about this? How does it appear in his presence? So every area of life comes under the searchlight. Our conversation, our standard of living, our clothes, the books that we read, the business that we do, the pleasures, the entertainment, the friendship, vacation, sports. Bibi biara, every aspect of our life, no, will see a busan question say we ever saw already any. You know, Anna Quack can be many jepa, and I've observed it. I'll say many times, I'm in a casa, by a casa near Jatu near Queen, Kakra. Say, after your transfer, who say, and some minimum. Boabe and a bebo, Mason say, any pay I'm missing me customer woman. Adia omo yeno, me and I'm no more cocoye. Your quattro ye. You are Masaka James, Miss I can ready as much. As the Duncan, say, Otimika say, Great in Busan say, ah, now you know yane, eh. Enti, Sankayan Kanena, and there's nothing wrong with him. It's say, Ono Ankasa we assume that. Me Ankasa me assume that. Into whatever that I'm doing there, no, it doesn't make any difference. See, Achimi Ashadem Hanum na baby, I assume na mitimu na sumu na mtimua. I don't know any difference. Say light you baby. It's so be an near friend. Upa busa friend he say, a dear pananka say unya say naniti no hu hain keke. In canoan pleasing to him or her. Enontino asembusano eyadia ebehia o kristoni se obusasema sema me kan ekwa me faso ni nipa ikasam ni ye ame ye bibi biara wo ye biara aya nko si ebusa se so awrade ebe prenso ebe so nani ana. Verse 11. As Christians, we should have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, either by participation or by any attitude that might indicate tolerance or leniency. Enyuma ye no sum no mo si e Christopher no de o ka kire nse me enya ye ni nya twaka bia me enya emu biara na mbom no ye yemfa ye han no expose esum no e han na we emu no ye ma no mom nadi na timi aden atimi apamu esum no senkani ni ha ba bia esum but e bra light n baba pe na esum no way na a disappear. Enti na esum ba se Kristo mu wa me abeye han enti ye ma han nyuma no empamo esum no asidanka nyamedin da we say have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness but rather expose them. It is shameful to even mention what the disobedient do in secret. Niema oye no sunu ase no ebi okra ni wu se ye bebodin enti bra ye Christopher yi o se me yenye but nye se ye nye nko na moment se ye den ye preso yet America, so we know much about these things. And then homosexuality a year common thing at time now no last week on baby be or young keswono we stone in chenwa I was share near ma ekoso I nipa giatum near fan say a year right a year right ne I will hope so ko share o show nipa onyame abono se bema ni monyam woni mu na hwe obi ana mi tie CNN akwa mi tam tie no pa your friend simple ni din no ni boy me din afa o kasema o say oko Europe no he was talking about theft say phone ekura ni ahwim ni ade na o kasa na no say me and my wife we were there sitting down eating me and my wife no na me nkwohwe a be mati so no an ɔde ne mienu picture beto na say akɔwe nso ye bia this is serious but say nipa gye atum enipa preso ye preso emre wo mu no emre body enti nsema ya kan ha no I was say ye pay particular attention to them ni hwe ye papa isan say the other day I was saying say no ade bia enya papa no omo ya amana beluku say normal nti I be part and parcel of us see ye mai say na menu kan say ya nyere ye ho ne ye mai antimi antete wo mo yie ewo Kristo mu amfa osom yi animu hyehyɛ anhyɛ wɔn sa omo hu any difference de omo anu say wo de onam na se dua kra na aso be wa na wo de ko wa no ade ya kya koyi wa ko mo sika to dua na se ne ko adwen omo say de nipa opese oye bia ye ehi fa na ewiase ekoi eni ntimi nuanom si anyene ho ne anhwɛ ne ma yi a de ebesi no enye papa eno nti wose enye se wo pre wo ye nko na se wo nye kora no so a ense se wo ye den wo pre so these works of darkness are unfruitful as far as God and men are concerned. Hence, Paul at Romans 6:21 asked a question. What benefit did you reap at that time from the things you are now ashamed of? Yanko Roman fongmano, etrinsia. Ninchichemu. Look, Yan 19, no?
Romans 6:19.
Or say, I am using an example from everyday life because of your human limitations. Or say, just as you used to offer yourselves as slaves to impurity and to ever increasing wickedness, so now offer yourselves as slaves to righteousness, leading to holiness. Brother, first of all, and maybe an atremono. A brand new yesum no describe as yesum no. A sum you man near yano, and your man won't nemfrano, and another fire no moon. We were slaves to those things. Was it or addressing and say, oh, limit, baby, what not do no. Ye were limitations. Inti ye ni pantino, ye di or the ye dada brabo aye woman and what they bad dressing. I'm using an example from everyday life because of your limitations or human limitations. Just as you used to offer yourselves as slaves to impurity. It may be a criminal near the home aye. And I said, they are buff for the and I said, ya young kwa ama and near my home tier. And ever increasing wickedness. Any at more than some, a cabin some, a mim some, kwa na ekoso, si yesu say, eso betia, yaboa. Sunday man na say, edi wi asene kosa. So now offer yourselves, ebre ya be hu han no, as slaves to righteousness, leading to holiness. Asinanka nyamidi da. Enti say no, yenye nko matrene yo. Any pepe yo. And also 20 was saying, when you were slaves to sin, you were free from the control of righteousness. Ebra ne yenko mabone no. Trene yo na ni eni twaka bia. Yeni ni number bia. Enti de wom na ne de wom ne ebro no ko. And Obusa Sam said, verse 21 was saying, what benefit did you reap at that time from the things you are ashamed of. And then your body will move near near see a trasino. And Obusa say, you big who no. And then for so, na that time, ye nyaye. In for so, ben ye nyaye, abba ben ye free mu, a brand ye disansum munachi. And then near your body near the musie, near ferreno. A brand ye gusu yano, and for so ben in ye nyaye. Obusao, e asembusa no obusao. When they were slaves of sin, the only freedom they knew was freedom from righteousness. Yes. It was a desperate condition to be in, bound by every evil and free from every good. Boni biya chichire no, papa ye biya de oni ni twaka. Enti na siya behu han ya, why do we have to turn back? Or say, verse 21, Paul challenges them and us today to inventory the fruits of an unsaved life, fruit of those activities of which believers are now ashamed of. Into also obia nya na konta obia nya ensese no ho. Eniema na yatimu ani ye dada no obia nim ni de entim ko ba se nipa nyina wai obia de ayadekro the same thing no. Obu on ma no ato insanum tintamu, obu a masem, obu on ma atrosem, obu akohwie pai, obu anokre minu ba ko timi ka chense bra me akam nokre ba ko yes me kan bewu. Me say nana ade na wo gitam bia won kan nokre na ho to. No atitintro. On timi kasem straight. O say akan nokre ba ko yes o kan obewu. Enti se wo bu akonta edi emfaso ena obenya. Edi na anya firi wonti wo say obi ansese ne ho. Inventory no ebi ametimi aboa kakra mo ateki. Faculties abused. Say utnam utimi ko share obi. Ade na wato mu ntentan no. Say ye cocaine, say hey heroin, say ye we, say edien. Odasani egyina ho. Onai esu no okofo mo say. Bi da. Adwen no nyina ayi ekọ. Adwen ko de adwen ade papa. Enipa bi won mo a no mo ye nwuma papa o mu kro mo nwuma onwuma no wai ayira. Obu ho nwuma nim pa se ye ka che nipa se nipa we. The other day at Bronx Terminal Market me won mo na Ghana ni bia begina me kwan start wo ba na me nim so Ghana ni. Opani mebo akakra na me hwese na o se akasa ne se o se na me se awurate. Da men so mi o mi ko prep galejo amanfo bia so me hwe ne sam se awurade ko mabobo. Na se ne guy na si aye no. Na me se we efiefo ani da no so. Faculties abused. Adwina say bibia nyima pabia woni mu bia no ni nyina aidai asai. Affections prostrate. So ni nipa ntem aware fo ntem sebe kama kokoro ese no si bo na yire ne fa wa obo hu say yes affection bia ni fie ho bibia kabutu saa na nyuma no omnyuma no ete okọ no oba na be ma oba no be ka ne sin so muamunim mento aso ho bebre time squandered emre twamko yamfa nyanyuma pa biara ase kwa sabrante ya minim sane maame oni ne papa o ene born ho kama no beduru so no nam kwa biso beduru ha o na mi hu boy se ne osite mi ba kroma foforo nam ban che kra ne nya 1 month brother Christian brother ambeso na atagima me ne ko ba bi ye ko ne ka eno omzo onko pe party bi eno om chere se okọ ba bi a omutututu junkyard omutututu pass ho yekoduru ono na abrante bi ase nade no go bebre wote dade bi so sa na ase okura bibi ase wo si ade obeka se wo si bibi ana braji mase obra zobra aso on nua am se minu awon ase ga na oto yekrobi me so boa ase mi maba betunda me ka jira aso boa me se we do boa ami so nam fa kwan bi aso ami bupina nduro am se be ma design se mi ze onye yekrom ni on ti de me kana se se be ma design opportunity ayo afi na me hwe na nim se na mi simi ye me bo obirim no wo hu se bibi atom so ba mi dimi nka de to aso afi wo se haya ni abubosa o haya ni abubosa o hwe sa niema sum efinyuma ne sa niema nti hwe odasani a oba kuma so obebobra hwe ba bi onenam wadani homeless take young here tinkrofo no kwa wa no ayi se wachima ho no na hwehwe mo se ne be obenya ba bi atra area hosem influence misused obi anka obetimi di ne influence apɛ enema pa e di aboa ne ma odi o ma wurawura yie e di o ma sisi yie no best friends wrong nafofo a odi o mu sim odi wona tro odi enema bebre me ka se me koso keka emre no betiam enti to sum it no the ebuboso nyina no kasa ba ko pe ne edi gina ho ede man say shame eye niwo sani ma na all that press party na ya niwu sam so hwe de edi nipa ye ene de ekowie aniwu na ni nyina nso twa kosi se owuo enunti the end of these things is death. Every sin tends to death, and if persisted in, ends in death as its goal and fruit. Enunti see a tambani no ya de be wi ane se ebekwa kowie owuo ya mfiri mu a owuo no na besai den ato yen na afi edimu sa na edi akowie owuo a etwa to na ye chese ene de forever torment near them. Correct doctrine should lead to correct duty, which leads to freedom from sin as the dominating power in life. Chechere pa ede ma ye no de wo se free mu ba ne se ye betimi anya abrabo super ne de abobra na wie ye no ebeboa yen am ya de ho afri sa esum nwuma na se na afei ama yen tumi a ye de bekọ enkwagye. Therefore anutino Ephesians chapter 5 one na ye kan no say udru verse 14 na me pese be ntentem na me de
enti na se wa wadanya ni na so le free o mu Kristo no share ama
asidanka nyame din da.
amen.
This is why it is said, wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Sorry, wada. Sorry for awufo no mu. Esan say say sumu nyuma no. Bibia ni wo say ewu ade omo dan, ade omo koro. Omo dan de omo dada, nti omo ni trini ye no eni hweye. Na wa obehunu trini de. Sempo so wa fom no sa kotom ntentan a. O say sorry. Sorry for omo. Esan say honya otrabia. Sorry for omo na Kristo and strength omo. Asidanka ya midin da. Verse 15. Asidanka nyame din da. We na omde ma me se men kan wasem no. Enti wo hwen sema ya bobɔ so yi a. Ba bia ne ewo na nidaso bia ani ho. Na ka owu a ye bewuo. Ani atemu a ebeba ye nso no. Di besi se adum binti ena ye frɛ ye ho se ye yade hye. Adum ninti ena ye tibi keka ye ho. Ye duru ya fo mo omo fare ye. Esan se omo husu ene ban foforo bi wo ye mu a kane no na ntisa. Enti ose yen nante se wona weden onim nyansa nyesa sabe wona woye nkwasiafo nyesa sabe wona wajimi. Be very careful then how you live. Enti ye ekwan be fa so a ye be transise sei ekwan be fa so a ye be boy embrace sei. Not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. And it's a kwanya kesi ayenye no. Minu mienu yen somu ye. E han bi ato yen su yi no. Ye momodin se betra han mu. Adum bi adum ye no. Ye manu som bo mayen. Ni am prepare ho ansa nko bia na ndaso bia ni ho no. Ye nanti se wona wonim nyansa. Esa say hwede akinkan ni nyina. Trene any sunyuma no, they don't have anything in common. Obia woni fam. There is no neutral ground. Won't mean ka say oh me na ba kusia na ba kususia. And why say na de wonna mu na ko. Oboa. Obe play na be slip out obakum. Na nka senka ubeti media nka bomode na pre je hu ne ko han no mu. Asidanka nyamedin da. Paul pleads to his general readers to walk not as fools but as wise. That walk implies the whole round of activities of the individual life. Bibi biara e biano. Ye nante se anyansafo. In our life, say wo school mu, say wo adwuma mu, say wo ye fie mu, bibi biara e wo bibi biara e biano. Ye nyen se anyansafo. To walk as fools means to descend from this high plane to the conduct of worldly men. Say what you jina bia bi. Nipa nyina hu yesusu ne ebu. na so nante se sabi obi o ejimifu a so ye fool dia gina bia na odo agina so no obeti asi na afa odu ho asa akọbọ ewiase no enimu niema etwamu no. Verse 16. The work of wisdom calls us to redeem the time or buy up the opportunities each day brings. Open doors, vast potentials. The biara opportunities wo mu a wose de nyamba pa bebre. It was yen nanti se anyansafo a do say we should redeem the time. To redeem the time means to buy back time. But we can still buy time. And in my pabebre hodma yebetimi adi ye nipadua aye. And in pabebre hodma yebetimi di yahunya de aye. And in pabebre hodma bibi biara odumfo no de adom ye no yebetimi di aye de aboa ebeboa ama ye nkwaje no atimi adimu. Redeeming time means living lives noted for holiness, deeds of mercy, and wealth of help. Abrabo kronkron ho tie eni yepa adoye kasachire pa si etu bi mu fo counseling Sanyema we nyina wo yemu etwa se yetimi di ye adwuma. Wake up, you that is sleeping. It's answer ya transia che ya da ho che yenya ye free han no mu nanso ya da enyima wo se di adwuma mu no ye mfa nye. Redeem the time. Ya ma mre no atwa ye tiri so dodo. Yemo modern say ye de emra aka no yanim no ebeye enwuma etisa. What lends special urgency to this matter is the evil character of the days in which we live. It is an urgent call. We should treat it with all the urgency it needs because the days are evil. Adia nye yeso muma nye adia ne ye chiwade me ba kroma from no say sankrofo no say they were in closet omun kakra uni no adwum kro kakra mante uhu se we ye bia na ape eni na nsa obeja adwuma na sakope bi oba fufuro. I had a co-worker like that. Mi usa sika bi won nche abo etwa bi da nsa wo kakraka ena musa say Etwa I said, my woman, he nearly killed me. Jamaican woman, my brother, he nearly killed me. Then after I say, and Jamaican woman, you know, say, Obon and Nichem, na mintiasi. Into because I say, and you ba ebema. Because on again about I'm saying, you say your woman nearly killed you? He said, yeah. I'm saying, so where is she now? Oh, me leave him. You leave him. I go find after the dark won't go for a bibi bibi no say or send a year or ye bouquet. Never say. Uncle from man, you know about Bema. Shensa, I'm saying, hey. It's blood who said Maham and Ninami. I didn't know to them tell yes, or make my other yes, or occupied more by Fufro as in a new. You know, the days are evil. They remind us God will not always strive with man. The day of grace will soon close. The opportunities for worship, witness, and service on earth will soon be forever ended. Akwanya ye wo say di ye onyame adwuma, say di kasem kire nkofo, say di susum ye ho no, and travel forever. And chene di obebano, do obebano wenyaba. Na se kobane sa ya gina ye etisen. Verse 17. Or say, therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. Asidanga nyamidida.
Yeti munya nipa a woni adum. Na mo munya nipa a ohudi ewante yi.
Inti masem bizan say, what is the will of the Lord? Yen tie yi. Ebetimi yi ano. Onyame de ope no ene de ahi. Find out the will of God for us each day and do it. Deɛ wohwehwɛ sɛ anaasɛ wonim sɛ ɛyɛ onyame deɛ ɛyɛ n'apɛdeɛ no hwehwɛ sɛ wonim ahwehwɛ nanso menim sɛ wonim bebree nti wonya ho nso deɛ a ɛdeɛ na akama wo ɛwɔ sɛ woyɔ yɛde awurade no pɛ no ɔse kɔka n'asɛm akɔka ɔse yɛadɔyɛ a yɛadɔyɛ ɛduru baabi a you see, people don't see it, but me, sometimes I see it as an opportunity. Say, Okobua will be a great opportunity. It is all too possible to carry on God's will according to our own ideas and our own strength and be completely out of the will of God. See, in our own ways, you begin say ye bibia e so onyame nani. Si yanhwe yi a ye beto na mo bia susu se e so onyame ani. Na mo ye akwan so ne yafa. Eno nti no so hwehwe twokonkon no mu. Na hu de onyankopon ahwehwe. Asina kan ya midi da. Amen. Se wa hwehwe tro no mu no wa hu de onyankopon hwehwe ene onyame na kwan na Yebefa say bibia ye bia we will tolerate it. Yebema ho kwan na afei didim na abewie tse ne ne gefu onsemi abeduri. Die ye onyame achiwade ye na chiwade. The days are evil. We should live as wise men and women. Do what the will of the Lord is. Dear Onyankopon ye na pede no enumom enam yenye. Ye say ayati say besepa eni konna han. Se besi da ho a na konna han no so da ho a. Looking from afar no obedwin se ni nyina ya de ba ko e da se ni mienu nyina han ana se ni mienu nyina ya besi. Enti ye say I say besepa eni konna han etasa ne de han onyansafo. The path of wisdom is to discern God's will for our individual lives, then to obey it to the hilt. Nyansa kwan ene se obebusa ho se we ni de onyame hwehwe ana we ni de onyame hwehwe ana na uhuru a what the sun wine is enye de feel say enye de susu say oh no atwe sam no tenten dodo and I said they say no senya na nye den enye seyen so aneye de ye onyame achiwade ne ye na chiwade. You cannot sit here and correct it. Yenhwe ye say yen so nipa ni ne yemfum awurade na mom ye behwe de awurade ne pe ne ebedi akire na emre no so a waya momo na akase momo kwapa nukwafo asidanka nyamedin da. Amen and amen.
With power and wisdom.